Why wrap a vehicle? Today's question and what we're going to talk about is why get a vehicle wrap, why commercial wraps and the benefits to a commercial wrap, full printed wrap, and just full color change wraps. So we're going to talk about those two things today. Let's get right into the video. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button down below, turn the post notifications on. Alright, so first off, we're going to start off with talking about commercial printed wraps. So business wraps, whether it be on a van, a truck, a car, all of them are super efficient and one of the most cost-effective ways of advertising your business. It's pretty much a 24-hour advertising. You're advertising 24 hours wherever your vehicle goes. People are always seeing it, especially if you have a full wrap. It's very obvious, stands out like crazy. It all depends on the design and everything, but you can really make it stand out. Most of the time they do, because it's not just a solid paint. It's not just a color change. It's a full printed wrap designed for your business. So just if you go according to how much people see it, ROI, your ROI on the wrap is very good. So return on investment, right? So you spend $3,000 on a wrap and you're driving around everywhere and that wrap is on your vehicle for 3 to 5 years, however long you decide to keep on there, you're definitely going to get some really good ROI on that. Also, on top of getting your advertising for your business and your vehicle is fully wrapped, you're also going to be adding a layer of protection, which helps for future resale value, or even just for you when you take the wrap off, your paint's still going to be new or light new. It depends. Like huge rocks hit it, maybe not, but smaller rocks and some stones and from some door dings and parking lots, stuff like that, it will protect your vehicle because it is adding a layer of film, right? So does it protect it? It is not a protective film like paint protection film is. That is a different story and that's a different topic for another day. But it does add a layer of protection. Well, the creativeness that you can do with a printed wrap is pretty much, there's no boundaries with a printed wrap. The only boundaries are the vehicle you're working on, how you can design on that vehicle. So your surface area, pretty much, your substrate you can call it, but it's not a substrate, but it's not flat. And also your creativity, I guess. Like you do have some, you can't print crazy gold flake as far as I know. Maybe you can. I just don't know about it. But there's very, very small limitations when it comes to a printed wrap. It's just whatever your designer or if you're designing it, can come up with, you can create it. You just gotta get the creative side of it, make it happen. Get it printed, installed. As long as you have a skilled installer, it'll look fabulous. It doesn't have to be commercial wrap. You can do cool printed wraps as an alternative to a color change wrap. Lots of guys will do that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll find some pictures and stuff and throw them up here for you guys to see. So kind of like what we're going to do with my truck. It's not actually be a commercial wrap, but it'll be just a cool printed wrap. Just to show off what can be done with printed wraps. Okay, so I know I didn't talk fully about like pricing breakdown and how much it costs and what kind of film you use and all this stuff, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is more so to give you an idea of why people would get a vehicle wrapped. There's lots of reasons that I probably didn't mention or that I won't mention, but just to give you guys an idea, printed wraps often run anywhere from like $3 or $35 up to like $12,000. Depends on what the vehicle is, what the print's like, what film's being used, who's installing it, where it's getting installed. Like different parts of the world, it'll be different priced. What kind of vehicle? So if it's a high-end luxury, $1, $2, $3 million car that's getting wrapped, it's not going to be a $4,500 wrap, right? Like it's going to cost a lot more because there's more expensive parts. If something gets broken while taking apart, well, someone's got to pay for that. But there's also things like you have a lot more on the line when you're wrapping a luxury car. So it costs more because you have to be a lot more careful and all this stuff. There's a lot more to it, but we're not going to go into that crazy depth today in this video. We're going to switch over to the topic of color change wraps. Color change wraps, really cool. I love the idea of color change wraps. Just in the wrap world, wrap industry, it's the cool thing, but it's also the thing that doesn't make as much money as a commercial wrap. So from a business standpoint, you would rather be doing a commercial printed wrap than a color change wrap, because they just don't pay as well. But they're cool, so that's why people do them. They're cool, and it's for the fraction of a cost of paint, you can completely transform the look of your vehicle, car, truck, your snowmobile, your motorcycle, your helicopter, your whatever it is. You can wrap anything with color change. Well, you can wrap anything that's printed too, pretty much. But for the fraction of the cost of paint, like, go get a full paint job, it's a lot of work. You got to completely take apart your vehicle, which when doing a wrap you do take apart a lot, but you don't have to do quite as much teardown as with a full paint job. And with full paint job, you know, you're sanding it. You can't go back to the other color. So that's one of the big benefits of a wrap. You can wrap your color from your car from being black to matte orange, or a color shift color. So that's really cool that you can do that kind of stuff. So color shift colors, you know, you'll go from one color shift to the next, and you all kinds of cool stuff. But those would be insanely expensive paint jobs, whereas a wrap, like I say, a fraction of the cost of getting it painted. And you know, if you originally really enjoyed that color that your car came with, but now you're like, it's getting boring, throw a wrap on it. Just pick a color, pick multiple colors. You can do different things. You can do all kinds of cool stuff, different designs, even with color change stuff. Guys do all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, it's the color change thing is mainly just the cool factor. Plus, you also get that protection, right? So you get that extra layer of protection. So for resale value, or even just when you are tired of the wrap, you peel the wrap off, boom, you're back to the original color. You don't have nearly the stone chips that you would if you didn't wrap it, or scratches, dings, dents, faded paint, faded clear coat, all that stuff. It keeps your paint in a mint condition as long as the wrap's on. Now, it depends on the installer, it depends on the guy removing it, how easy it will remove, and depends how long you keep it on. Each brand has a recommended lifespan of their vinyl. I always try to tell people to take it off like a year before that, just to make sure that you're still in the good clear zone, you know. Well, guys, so that's it for today's video. If you guys got anything out of this, if you guys learned anything, or if you guys have any more questions related to film, wraps, paint protection film, any of that sort of thing, leave a comment down below. I reply to all comments that are left on my videos if I notice them. Sometimes I don't get notification, but I try to comment back to every comment that is left on any of my videos. So, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for future videos. Peace.